Alright guys, I'm going to Japan today. My flight leaves out of Hong Kong at almost midnight, a little before midnight. It's only 2:30 right now. I just finished packing, gonna go grab some lunch, probably head to Hong Kong around 5, bum around the airport until it's time to go. I'm gonna get a cheap lunch at Family Mart to prepare myself for Japan's convenience store food, which I'm pretty excited about. Max isn't going to be coming. For this trip, I am meeting up with a friend of mine from back home. I do not envy his 12 or 14 hour flight or however long it's going to be. I've got a quick 4 or 5 hours from Hong Kong to Tokyo. Much better. I got the curry pork. It's probably my favorite Family Mart food here. Pretty cheap too, less than 12 kwai, so not even $2. I don't expect it'll be that cheap in Japan, unfortunately. All right, I'm at the border crossing between Shenzhen and Hong Kong. I found myself a van. Now I just wait until I assume they fill the rest of the van up, and then right across the border to the airport. Pretty excited. Here we are at Terminal 1 in Hong Kong Airport. Unfortunately, I want to be at Terminal 2, so I gotta find my way there. Maybe this won't be too hard after all. More easy to follow signage. I appreciate that. These things are pretty cool. Wait a sec. 5? How many tones does Cantonese have? Too many. That's how many tones it has. For background, I'm too dumb to differentiate the tones. Bingo. Terminal 2. This one's a lot quieter than Terminal 1. Where are all the people? I guess Terminal 2 is pretty far away from everything. I gotta wait for this automated people mover to bring me to the boarding gate. We gotta go from here all the way down here to gates 201 to 230. And finally we find the gates and then play the waiting game. Look at this cool waterfall thing. Whenever I'm traveling, after I get to the airport, the first thing I do is find my boarding gate, and after I find it, I wander around the airport and see if there's anything cool, interesting restaurants, cool stores, stuff like that. So, there's my gate. Now I'm gonna go check out the airport. Maybe one day I'll get to stay in one of these cool lounges. But that day is not today. Automatic draft beer dispenser. Kinda looks like a milk tea machine. A fellow French fry enthusiast. Although he might be a little more enthusiastic than me. Since I'm going to Japan, I brought my 3DS to try to get tons of street passes. Because I never really lived anywhere where you could get many. Now we wait for boarding. Someone stuck the pages of the in-flight magazine together with gum. Why would you do that? All right, made it. We are in Tokyo now. It's kind of rainy and cold. The only problem so far is that the customs paper is all in Japanese, and I only managed to learn maybe a dozen hiragana in the last couple days. So I have no idea what it says. None at all. Oh man, look at this cool high-tech toilet. It's got lights and buttons and stuff. And there's a sink, bidet, is that how you say it? Here, oh, there's buttons too, look at all that, that's crazy. Oh, jeez, they do have the best toilets, it's true. I've never thought, you know what, I can't wait to use the bathroom. But after seeing that cool toilet, I kind of can't wait to use the bathroom. Not gonna lie. Look at this cool one-piece poster thing. I already love it here. Awesome figures from the Wano arc. Just changed a little bit of small currency. Now I gotta find a bus or something so that I can get to my capsule hotel, take a nap, and then come back to meet Jake. There's way too much public transportation from here. Trains, monorails, a whole bunch of buses. It's overwhelming. Original plan was to take a bus to near the capsule hotel, but first bus doesn't leave for another half hour, so I'm gonna pay a tiny bit more and take a train or a subway or something. Assuming I can find it. I got my subway ticket. They don't seem quite as high-tech as the little plastic coin things that they have in China. Subway was pretty straightforward. Now Google Maps says I have a 500-meter walk to the hotel. I've heard crazy things about convenience stores in Japan, and I just found a 7-Eleven, so I'm gonna go in and check it out. A whole rack of Shonen Jump. That excites me. Pastries. All sorts of interesting drinks. Don't know what they are though. The ramen wall. And all the prepared food. Oh my god, everyone was right. Look at it all. Salads and meats and noodles and curries. This is crazy. I'm already kind of lost. My weather app says it's going to be raining the entire trip. So we didn't pick a particularly great time to come. I think I'm almost there. Went the wrong way, but I just turned around and there it is right there. Unfortunately, while I was checking the booking.com app to figure out where it was, I found out that they clean all the beds from 10 until 1, even if you're there for more than one night. So you have to leave between 10 and 1. So I'd planned on sleeping until about noon and then going back to the airport to meet my friend, but I guess I'm gonna be able to sleep until 10. It's gonna be a great 3 hours. And then I gotta check out and leave. Alright, so you cannot take your stuff into the capsule. You have to leave it in your locker. Look, you get pajamas. They give you pajamas in your little locker. You put on your slippers, leave your stuff, and you head up to the capsule. It's still raining and I have 4 hours to kill, so before I go back to the airport, I'm gonna poke around here a little bit, see what there is, maybe get some coffee. That's the road crossing man here. The lines start tall, and as he gets closer to changing to red, the lines get shorter, so you know just how long you have. Got some bread and a latte. Seriously, the convenience stores here are so good. Look at this, look at all that stuff. Food in the back, prepared food, normal food. It's crazy. All right, it's a little after 1, so I'm gonna head back to the airport to wait for Jake. Then we'll go to our hotel and we can really start our trip. One line to wait for the airport and another if you're going to Shinagawa, so that you don't get mixed up. There's a whole lot more people here now than when I was here earlier at 5 a.m. No surprise, I guess. This doesn't look like a camera store or a big lighter store. It's a pharmacy. I think I'm gonna get some canned coffee there. Oh yeah, let's get this trip started. I waited at the bus station. Gonna try to take the bus to the hotel, hopefully successfully. Oh man, Jake gets fancy hotels with his job. I've never stayed in anywhere this nice. Whew. Look at this, we got a balcony right out over the bay. So in the most Seth thing I could have done, I already lost my Japan Rail Pass. I think I put it down while I was buying bus tickets. So I'm going to catch the bus back to the airport and see if it's still there, or has ended up in some lost and found or something. Wish me luck. I can't find where the bus that goes back to the airport is. It is an hour before the next bus, so I might just try canceling it and buy a new one. Look at these ridiculous cars. This one is E-gravity. I have to assume E-gravity means that it can fly. We're playing the aimless wander game, where you just sort of walk around and hope you find something cool. Except in this case, it's for food.
And I can't read anything.
Now we have no idea what anything says, so wish us luck. We're gonna need all the luck. We just got distracted by the Japanese bookstore, because looking at comics we can't read is clearly much more important than eating. But now we're back on track. We're gonna look for food again.
Oh, this seems like... What's that?
A pedestrian street.
Whatever.
I believe this is what the kids call YOLO. Just found this like sword store and it's closed and I'm so sad. Jake is dropping a pin so we can find it tomorrow. We're gonna die here. Lost and alone. We just briefly considered Hooters and we should be eating delicious ramen or something. So we keep looking. I don't think I've actually ever even seen a Hooters before, if we're being honest. Found a place that doesn't look too expensive over there on the other side of the road. Boom, that place right there. We decided to eat here. It's like a vending machine, like buying tickets for the train, but food. Put your money in. Push the button. And you get a ticket.
I don't know what that means. But I guess it.
Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. Gonna buy so many action figures. Decided to hit up the mall next to the hotel before we went home. Wandering around it. It's basically a mall. Doesn't really stand out in any way. Oh, we just found the jump store. Yes! Yes! I'm so excited! I can't begin to explain how excited I am. Not as cool as the jump store, but here's a Coke store for all of your Coca-Cola gear needs, if you have such needs. An official shop for the Olympics. Tokyo Olympics will be good because they'll be at approximately the same time in Japan as in China, so I'll be able to watch stuff. We're gonna check out the Statue of Liberty. Taste of America. We'll see about that. Oh man, bubblers. I haven't seen bubblers in ages.